So today we're talking about the launch of a brand new app, and it's called VoiceTasks. The whole idea here is to completely rethink how we capture and manage our to-do lists. Moving away from all the typing and tapping and towards something way more natural, just using our voice. Okay, let's be real for a second. Have you ever opened up a productivity app? You're staring at these endless lists and complicated menus, and you just feel completely overwhelmed? Yeah, that feeling, that friction, that mental weight, it's a huge problem with so many of the tools that are actually supposed to be helping us. And that feeling right there leads us to what you could call the productivity paradox. The very apps that are meant to make us more productive can actually become barriers. This is especially true for neurodivergent minds. So let's dig into why they so often miss the mark and how VoiceTasks is trying to fix it. Just think about the difference. On one hand, you've got the usual app experience. Visual clutter everywhere, distracting bouncy animations, walls of dense text. And on the other hand, you have what neurodivergent users, especially folks with ADHD and dyslexia, really truly need. Calm, clarity, and just a super simple way to get an idea out of their head and into a system without any fuss. So how do you even begin to solve that paradox? Well, you start with a totally different vision. A voice-first vision. VoiceTasks wasn't just tweaked. It was built from the ground up, designed specifically for a different kind of brain. And this really gets to the heart of its mission. The idea is simple. If you build for the specific needs of ADHD and dyslexic thinkers, you actually end up creating something that's just better and more intuitive for everyone. It's a classic example of how designing for accessibility makes everything better for all of us. This whole approach really comes down to three main ideas. First, making it voice first, so you can capture a thought the second it pops into your head. Second, a design that is intentionally calm to keep you from feeling overwhelmed. And third, all the processing happens on your device, which means your data is yours and it stays private right on your phone. Engineering for calm isn't just some catchy marketing phrase. It's a whole series of really deliberate design choices. Let's take a look at how this commitment to accessibility was literally built into every part of the user experience. For example, even the way things move on screen is intentional. Animations are kept super brief, between 150 and 350 milliseconds. But here's the crucial part. Those springy, bouncy effects you see everywhere else, they're explicitly forbidden. Why? Because for a brain that's wired for novelty, like with ADHD, those unexpected movements can totally hijack your attention, making it incredibly difficult to get back on track. And that same deep level of thought goes into the text itself. Instead of justified text, which can create weird spacing and be tough to read, VoiceTasks uses left alignment. It gives your eye a consistent starting point for every line. It also uses rounded fonts and extra spacing to reduce that visual crowding effect, all of which are proven ways to make reading easier for dyslexic users. So, what's powering all of this? What's the brain of the app? Well, it's all run by on-device AI. And the most important part of that is that the tech runs locally, which just reinforces that deep, deep commitment to user privacy. Specifically, it uses Apple Intelligence. And all that really means is that when you speak a task, all the heavy lifting to figure out what you said happens right there on your iPhone. Your voice recordings, your task details, none of it is ever sent to the cloud. You don't even need an account to use the app. And this is the magic moment. It's really just a simple three-step flow. First, you just talk. You speak naturally, like, remind me about the urgent meeting with the client tomorrow morning. Second, the on-device AI instantly analyzes what you just said. And third, a perfectly structured task just appears, with the title, the priority, and the due date already filled in for you. No typing, no menus, it just works. So after all of that development, all that focus on thoughtful design and powerful private technology, the best part is that the invitation is officially open. VoiceTasks is now live. That's right. After this long journey, version 1.0 is officially out there and ready for you to download from the Apple App Store. For anyone who's been following along with the build, you can finally go and try it out for yourself. The way pricing works is really transparent and simple. There's a free plan, which is perfect to just try out the core voice experience. You get up to 10 tasks a month. Then the Pro and Family plans unlock everything. Unlimited tasks, calendar integrations, smart scheduling, and a lot more. Plus, all the paid plans come with a 1-week free trial so you can see if it's a good fit. And getting it couldn't be easier. Just open up the App Store on your iPhone and search for VoiceTasks. That's one word. Or you can just go to the URL you see on the screen. It's free to download and get started so you can see how it feels for yourself. And that kind of brings us to the final thought here. This entire project was built on one big idea: creating a tool that adapts to you instead of forcing you to adapt to it. So it really leaves us with this one question to think about. What could you accomplish if your tools just understood?